Hey guys, Chrono here, and today I'm bringing to you a deck profile where I combined ABC Dragonbuster and Trickstars together. And I've been messing with this now for about a month and a half, and when it works great. I love what I get when I can build the field the way I want to. And then there's other times it's not as consistent as I want. So I wanted to show it to you guys today to see what you thought, what I could do to make the deck better, because I think there's some potential here, but I feel like I need some other advice to see what might work. So let me go ahead and get into it here. So I'm playing 3 Assault Cores, which you guys already probably know what this is going to be next. 3 Buster Drakes, probably one of my favorite ABC cards, because when it leaves the field, you get a card from your deck to the hand. And then Crush Worven, which again, that's a really good monster too, because when it hits the grave, you could actually special summon 1 Union monster from your hand, and so which can actually be really beneficial at times. So that's the ABC Dragonbuster pieces. For Trickstar, I have Trickstar Kadena. She is the best card in the Trickstar engine by far, I feel, because she's the searcher. You normal summon her, and she can get you any Trickstar card in your deck. I play 1 Lilybell. I think Lilybell's a really great card because she does a fantastic job of, if she's brought to your hand, except by drawing, you can special summon her, so that's really useful. Then you can also attack directly for 800 attack direct. And you can chain different burn effects to add to that 800. So it's a really good card. I can't tell you how many times I have squeaked out a win with just that card. All right, and then the final part of the Trickstar engine, of course, 3 Lycoris. She's awesome, probably the second best card in the Trickstar engine. Anytime your opponent draws a card, they take 200 damage. And if you have other multipliers on the field, which I'll get to here shortly, she just increases that damage. She's an awesome card. And then because I use the Brilliant Fusion engine, 1 Gem Knight Garnet. So that's the monsters for the deck. And again, it does stink when you draw into him, just because you can't use Brilliant Fusion then, which really stinks. All right, let me get into the spells now. Then I've got 3 Trickstar Light Stage. Absolutely love Trickstar Light Stage. That allows me to search any Trickstar monster. So it's real easy for me to then get Lycoris typically, or if I want to get Lilybell and then special summon her. Then I also play, because again, this is a combined engine, 3 Union Hangers. I've actually thought about taking Union Hanger down to 2. I thought that might be another way to build consistency and then add an upstart in place of 1. Just because I find sometimes having 3 of these seems a little clunky. Just a little. And then I really wish this was back at 3, Terraforming. Terraforming's nice because depending on my hand, that could help me figure out which field spell I want to start with. Because the field spells are really, really useful in this game. You know, if you don't understand how Union Hanger works, it searches a Union monster, and I can add it to the hand, and then on activation, and then when I normal summon, I can equip a Union monster straight from the deck to a monster on the field that's a Union monster. So it's really, really good. And then if you don't know how Trickstar stage works, or Light Stage works, anytime you have a Trickstar monster that does damage, effect damage of some kind, this increases it by 200, and it's really good for also when it's activated. If your opponent has face down cards, like trap cards, you can target one of them and they can't activate it until the end phase of the turn. So this is extremely, extremely useful. Really, really good cards. Now, because I do need more special summoning, I play 2 Photon Lead. This card's really good because it allows me to special summon a level 4 light monster. And so because the majority of my deck is light, I actually use this a whole lot. Gotta have the staple, 1 Monster Reborn. That card's just too good not to have. And then for that extra burn damage I was talking about, there's Dark Room of Nightmare. And paired with Light Stage, along with Licorice, it does terrific damage. So if you have that out on the field, this, and this, you end up doing some really significant damage to your opponent, and it adds up really fast. Again, which makes Trickstar so much fun to play. All right, then after that, I do play Call by the Grave. I think that's really good sometimes to stop those pesky hand traps. For draw power, Dark World Dealings, because it allows me to get rid of a card. Pot of Desires. Again, I'm not sure how I feel about that, because there's times I banish stuff that I really need in order for this deck to work, so I'm still not sure on that. And then one card, Destruction. That card is too good if I start with all the ABC Buster pieces in my hand. Just send them all to the grave, and then I get a whole new hand to start with. It's awesome. And then to finish up the spells, 3 Brilliant Fusions. I gotta have the Brilliant Fusions. This deck works so well, and honestly, I just need one to go off in order to start all my craziness. So it's an extremely, extremely useful card to use. To get rid of traps or spells, Heavy Storm Duster, I play one of those. And then to finish it off, 3 Trickstar Reincarnation. I love this card. I banish my opponent's entire hand on their draw phase. Paired with Licorice, Dark Room of Nightmare, and Trickstar Light Stage, they're taking insane amount of damage just on the first turn. So it's really good. Now, some of you might be sitting here thinking, okay, this is a Trickstar deck. Why on earth are you not playing the hand trap Droll and Lockbird? Because I don't like for my opponent not to play. My decks are about playing and having fun. They're cheap, and I'm not a fan of a hand trap that my opponent can't even get a hand. Where's the fun in that? So for me, sorry, you may not like it. That's fine. I'm playing for fun, and again, this is a budget deck. Okay, now let's get into the extra deck now. Okay, for draw power, one Bujin here, and I'm not sure how to pronounce this. Sukumi, I'm not sure, but it's really useful. What I really find though is when I play that card, it does get all the pieces into the grave that I typically need for ABC Dragonbuster, but I really need them to create a link monster that just requires one monster. That would be so helpful with that card. Then I play number 39 Utopia in order to make number 39 or number S39 Utopia the Lightning. Love that card. Super useful. It gets over tons of stuff. It's great. This is the link monster I use the most. One Underclock Taker. It's got a really good effect where the card that it points to, you can remove that same amount of attack from your opponent's, one of their monsters' attack. If it points to it. So like I typically have ABC Dragonbuster under this, and then my opponent loses 3,000 attack from one of their monsters. It's really useful. Then because I love when I can get the extra normal summon in, one Gem Knight, Sephironite. It's just too good not to play that card in this deck. Of course, I've got my 3 ABC Dragonbusters. That card is just too good not to have. Along with number 39 S39 Utopia Prime. Don't use it very often, but every now and then it comes in handy. Love this card in this deck, Diamond Dire Wolf. Very, very helpful. One Proxy Dragon for protection of some of my bigger cards. One Decode Talker. Even though it's a generic link, it still does the job. And then, because there are times I do use it, Trickstar Holly Angel. Again, for that extra protection. So that's the main deck. I'll go ahead and show you how it plays. And again, I want to know what you guys think. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw my first 5 here. Oh, that's looking promising already. Oh, very promising already. Okay, so right away I've got a really nice hand here. So as you can tell, I've got Werven, Light Stage, Union Hanger, and then Card Destruction. So the first thing I would play here is Union Hanger. So when I activate that, it allows me to search through the deck, allows me to get the last piece that I need, which was B. Then of course I shuffle the deck, you know, making sure that everything's all shuffled here. And then I always do a cut when I practice. I feel that's important. Now, the next thing that I would do here is I'm going to go ahead and play Light Stage. So I would go ahead and play Light Stage, and then I would activate the effect, which is going to allow me to search for Candina. Okay, so I add her to my hand. And again, this is a deck you always want to go first with, just because I feel the best power is that way. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to my hand. Okay, now, then after that, I'm going to go ahead and normal. So I normal Candina, the effect goes off, which is going to allow me to get a card to the hand. I'm going to choose this. The power to banish your opponent's entire first hand, it's just too good, especially if they have a killer first hand. You don't know that. Sometimes it may help them, sometimes it may not. It's just way too good of a card. Okay, so then I would put Trickstar Reincarnation there. Then I would play Card Destruction. Card Destruction sends all 3 of my ABC Dragonbuster pieces to the grave, and then I draw 3. Okay, which really isn't that bad. Notice I ended up getting Nekroz. I would activate Nekroz, okay, to bring Candina back to my hand. Then I would banish all 3 pieces from my grave. And when I do that, that's going to bring out ABC Dragonbuster. So notice on my first turn here, I've got my big bad boss monster. And then when my opponent draws, immediately I'm going to activate Reincarnation. They banish their whole hand. So first they draw. They take 200 plus another 200. Then I chain and activate Reincarnation. They banish their entire hand, and then they're going to take another 200, and then they're going to take another 1200 because they've had to banish 6 cards and then draw those 6. So this is an awesome, awesome first play. And notice you've got them down significantly on the first turn with some life. Then if they try to activate a card, that's where I do my disruption. This is worthless to me now, so of course this is what I would banish. On the end phase, that's where I'm going to pop my ABC Dragonbuster. And then I'm going to special summon all my pieces to the field. And then when I get to my next turn, so of course I draw here, oh that's beautiful. Assuming that this is still on the field, now I can start all kinds of shenanigans. So there's several things I could actually do here. I could go for Decode Talker, or if they have a card on the field that I don't want them to use, and I want to get rid of it, I could use Diamond Dire Wolf. There's lots of ways that I could go here. Let's assume that I do Decode Talker though. Again, send all pieces to the grave, banish them, go ahead and break out ABC Dragonbuster, and now I've got a huge beat stick on the field, and I haven't even normal summoned this turn. So again, I'm going to normal summon, the effect goes off. I'm going to go ahead and get another Trickstar monster. I could grab Lilybell. If I do, she special summons. Then I could activate Trickstar Trickstar Light Stage's effect if they have a trap on the field. That's going to stop it from activating. And then I could start attacking. So I could start attacking with all my cards here. Lilybell could attack, which would also do some extra burn damage with Light Stage on the field. And then, because I have another Nekroz in my hand, activate. And then I could also attack with that again. So that's just one play that I can do with this deck. And that's when it works. So that was a really good first hand that I had. Let me show you another hand here after this. Okay, so let's get into another hand here. So I'm going to draw my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, beautiful. 5. Oh, really good. Okay, so right away, this is another hand where I can do some really great damage. So the first thing that I would more than likely do here is the Brilliant Fusion. So, and I'm going to show you multiple ways that I could use this here. So first I have to send one of my Gem Knight monsters. So I'm going to send the only one that I have in the deck. And then what I would also send is another one of my ABC Dragonbuster pieces. So then I would go ahead and send C. I always send C just because I usually don't find too much use for that card. So I send that one. Then I'm going to shuffle the deck. Okay. So I send those to the grave. And let me show you some options that I have here now, which is just awesome. And again, this is turn 1. Okay. So that gives me Gem Knight, Saphira Knight to the field. And then what I would activate next would be Terraforming. That's going to give me Light Stage. Now again, I've honestly got 2 options here if I want them. I'm going to show you option 1. So if I play Terraforming here, that's going to give me Light Stage. And then when I play Light Stage, the effect goes off. And then that's going to give me Kindina to the hand. She's super good because, like I said, she searches for a card. Now, and this is just so broken, guys. Okay, so watch this. So I normal summon Kindina. The effect goes off. I can search for any Trickstar monster or card, and I'm going to choose Trickstar Reincarnation. Okay, so I go ahead and set that. Now, because I get 2 summons this turn because of Saphira Knight, what I'm going to do, though, because she's a quick effect, Lycoris, quick effect, I return a Trickstar to the hand to special summon her. This comes back. I can normal her again. Her effect is not a hard once per turn to search the deck and get a Trickstar card. And what I would grab would be Reincarnation. Look how broken that first play is. Is that not ridiculous? Okay, so then I would go ahead and I would set that. Okay, and then again, this is my hand here. So what I would do if I went ahead and did that play, I would go ahead and allow my opponent to take their turn. So right after they take the 200 from the field spell, and then 200 from the chorus, I'm going to go ahead and activate Trickstar Reincarnation. They banish their entire hand. That again does 200 plus another 12. Then after they draw all those cards, I'm going to do it to them again. And then they have to banish their entire hand again. So another 200 plus another 1200. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Well, they're not dead. That's true. But the great thing about Trickstar Reincarnation, you can banish it and then special summon these cards back that are Trickstar monsters. And I have 3 cards on the field, so I'm pretty much okay. And even if, let's say I lost all of them. Let's say all of these were gone. That's still fine. Because on my very next turn when I draw, oh, that's beautiful. On my next turn when I draw, I can already, I can play Union Hanger, get A, and then have enough materials to make ABC Dragonbuster. So it's really good. Now, let me show you what else I could have done there when I had Saphira Knight on the field. Okay, so let me put some of this back. Okay, so that is going to go back. Okay, so when I had this on the field, okay, the next thing that I could have done here, hang on, I'm just adjusting to where I was. That was option 1, remember? Okay, this is option 2 if I had this same field after I've normal summoned Kindina. Again, I'm going to add her back to the hand. Okay, so she comes back to me. All right, then what I would do is I would replace Light Stage and play Union Hanger. Union Hanger's effect goes off. And of course, I'm going to go looking for A. I grab A, which comes to my hand. And this is if you want the boss monster on the field. Okay, so I get A, and then this is where I'm able to do my normal summon. So this would be normal summon number 2 when I said option 2. So I normal summon the effective Union Hanger B, or the Union Hanger. I'm going to equip B. So B comes here. And then this is where I'm going to link summon after I shuffle my deck. And what I would link summon for would be Underclock Taker. So I take Underclock Taker. B's effect's going to go off from hitting the grave to give me a Union monster. And I always go for C. That's one of the cards I always go for. All right, now I have all 3 pieces in the grave. So I banish 1, 2, and 3. And then that's going to give me ABC Dragonbuster to the field. And then again, on my opponent's turn, of course, I'm going to banish their entire hand. So they take the 200 from drawing, 200 from the chorus. Then when they banish their entire hand and have to draw 6, oh wait, they wouldn't take it from this field spell, sorry. They would only take the 200 plus the 1200 because I replaced the field spell with something different. But notice, I have a ABC Dragonbuster on the field to do disruption plays, and I've got a pretty nice field here right away. So those are the 2 options that you guys can do with this deck. So guys, that's it for the deck profile. I really want to know what I could do to make it better. Please let me know in the comments below. If you found this video and you liked it, please hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.
I know that you'll be back.